Hey, welcome back to Tolfer Talks Comics, and today I have a very special guest. A Contract with God, the Curator's collection. So I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but it's big, it's really heavy. Whoa! Almost lost my desktop. Yeah, it's kind of a monster. It's a tome. It's like the Ten Commandments, man. Got two tablets in the slip cover. I'm going to try not to bounce things around, but I think it's going to be pretty hard. Yeah, anyway, this is amazing. I just checked out YouTube, or sorry, eBay, to see what one of these was going for. I could only find one. It was in the UK, and they estimated it to come in at about $599. So $600. So if you find one of these at the Goodwill or the Salvation Army, pick it up. But my experience with Will Eisner is minimal. You know, of course, if you're into comics at all, you hear the name, and you know he's out there. You know he's a big name, or his work's out there. I guess he's passed, sadly, but oh, I think he had a good run. Um, and you know, his name is kind of synonymous with that of the graphic novel. Like basically, he's given a lot of credit, or by some people, all the credit for creating the graphic novel. But so I don't know if this video, maybe we might go through one of the stories in the book, but I mean, this is really more a collection about process, which is something that's been pretty important to me the last couple of years, is just seeing comic book artists on YouTube work, and then finding books like this that go through and kind of talk about or not, how the artist worked. And I mean, even here, even on the cover, we've got this is volume 2, I think. So we have inks, finished inks, volume 1, which is the pencils. We have the blue line with the graphite over it, black graphite, if there's any other kind of graphite. And which is, I guess, how Will Eisner preferred to work. So maybe we'll take a look at the pencils first, since that is kind of the way most artists work. Pencils first and then ink. But yeah, I don't really even have enough. This is crazy. But there's just some great stuff in here. Yeah. There's writings by Frank Miller, and there's actually YouTube videos out there of the two of them together. I think, I don't know, actually, or maybe it's just Frank talking about Will Eisner. I didn't get a chance to get into those. I will, definitely, but I mean, my exposure to Eisner had more to do with his how to draw a comics book, and which I think I've shown on screen before. I'm not sure exactly where it is right now, but and just reading. I don't even remember where I came across them, but some early Spirit stuff, and I just remember I don't know, like I figured it was just kind of of a time that and maybe me being of my time, I just wouldn't get Will Eisner. But after reading these stories, I don't think I've ever been as moved or felt so much sympathy for the characters in the stories that are contained in the contract with God. But here, you look through here, you can see, I don't know, I love seeing this stuff because it's so rough, it's so loose, and it's just, you can see he's working, getting the idea on the page, and, then he'll sort it out later. But in Eisner's case, the blue line is the first layer, or his first thoughts, and then he refines that with a pencil. And boy, some of these are amazing drawings, even before the finished stage comes along. But he was known, mostly for his work on the Spirit. The Spirit ran, from 1940 to about 1952. It existed in different forms. Appeared in newspapers. Sex. And I love seeing the way, even for the lettering, it's just lines everywhere. He's going to sort it out later. It's just a good reminder not to get too precious with your drawings when you're getting started. But let's see. And this is the infamous super story. I didn't know it was infamous until I checked into this. But yeah, the super. It's kind of a hard-nosed fella. Takes care of a building in New York, 55 Dropsy Avenue, I think. Actually, I need to, yeah. And he's kind of a loner, doesn't have a lot of friends. Partly because he's sort of a jerk. But what's amazing about this story is I don't know if you exactly feel sorry for the guy by the time it's all over, but the way he's taken out is so brutal. And I think for me, I like dogs. I'm a dog person. And in the end, when his dog bites it, it's tough. And then this would be an example. This panel does not exist in the final. He took it out. And I guess, I'm not sure why, you can find ideas on, YouTube. I don't know. It's the kind of thing where we kind of see where he's just been, man, he might have had some problems from the very beginning. He might have been a bad seed. Not only that, but he's a Nazi. So the guy, and I don't know, maybe if he would have left that in there, that little bit of sympathy that we do have for the guy just wouldn't be there. Because at the end it's like, we'll see. But, this little girl is propositioning him for a few cents and just for a look, and the fact that he doesn't run her out of the room is kind of disgusting. But still, you got this thing. She feeds the dog a poisoned candy and takes what I presume is his life savings in his box, his money box. And so in the end, everyone hates him. They think he's a child molester. And he's had it. His dog's dead. That's the police are at his door. I mean, where do you go from there? Boom. Do I get that? So he takes himself out. And I don't know, it was just brutal. So the girl is not, is kind of nasty. The super is nasty. The whole thing is just pretty dark. But I don't know. I guess you kind of see these things played out in real life. Oh, another change, I think. Let's see if I remember right. Yeah, I think this panel was changed. So it's not quite as, I don't know, we could look. I have the other book right here. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really want to go through. I mean, this was more about the collection, I guess, or the curator's collection itself, because, with this nice kind of like nylon cloth. It's crazy. I feel like after, I don't know, I feel really fortunate. It's a library book, but I feel kind of pretty fortunate that I was able to check it out and hang on to it for a while. But yeah, so let's take a look at, that's the end of the first story. See if we can find it. There's the super. But yeah, there's some pretty wild stuff. I mean, talk about, the way he portrays this guy's, addiction to alcohol, probably, and, the lust he has in his heart. It's just unbelievable. But, so anyway, we get over here. Cops are knocking. Oh, I guess they didn't change that. Okay, that's pretty much the same. There might be another panel somewhere in the book, but anyway, but you kind of get an idea where he went with the inking in the finished look. Yeah, I didn't really get the spirit, at least what I read of it. I'm probably going to look into it a little bit more. And this is just kind of the story of people. Of course, all these stories take place during the Depression, but, two of the main characters are kind of looking for love, looking for lasting relationships with members of the opposite sex who have lots of money or come from families with money. And of course, I guess you kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really have any firsthand knowledge of people in my life having done that, but you kind of wonder sometimes. Anyway, there's some pretty brutal stuff in here. There's more sex with underage male members of the human race. Anyway, it's man, he doesn't hold back. And anyway, I don't know, the first story is 55, Dropsy Avenue. Yep, is the name of the tenement. But anyway, I just kind of wanted you guys to see this. I wasn't, like I said, other than the How to Draw Comics, book that Eisner put out, I wasn't really familiar with it. I have to go back and, it's on my list to go back and look through that book again. I go to it and read a page here and there. It's pretty heavy stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I would kind of think about stuff in there, but a lot of it was so far beyond where I was at as a cartoon artist that I was kind of, actually when I get a page done, I'm just happy to get a page done that, like reads like something a lot of the times, and the funny thing is usually when you go back and take a look, there's if you're happy with it, there's usually something good going on. This is the story of Frim Hirsch. And man, this is rough too. But Frim has just come from his daughter's funeral. This poor guy. And he's pretty broken up because Frim, he had a contract with God. He was the kid in his village in Russia who he lost his parents, and the folks he tried to make himself useful and help out, and everyone would tell him that God will reward you someday. And at some point, the people of the village, they get the money together to send him to America. And in America, he continues doing good works, helping out at the temple. And one day, a child is left on his front door. He raises the child as his own. He loves her. And then one day, she falls ill and dies. And Frim doesn't know what to think, man. He lets God have it. So I think, I was raised as a Christian, and I've spent, I've gone to different denominations, different types of churches through the years. And I know I've met people that, I don't know, sadly, they think, I guess, God owes them something somehow. And when they don't get it, they're out. And I can kind of relate to that. I'm trying to hang in there, but man, it's tough. I think one change he made, in the pencils, there's like thunder sounds entwined with the lightning, which is kind of a neat idea. I'm not sure why I took that out. Might have been distracting. But anyway, so he's had it. Frim is gonna get into the real estate business, which is all I think what most people do when they're fed up with God, or become lawyers. No, I don't know. So he acquires his property through some kind of sketchy means, using bonds that folks from the synagogue had entrusted to him, and presenting them as his own at the bank. But anyway, Frem is very successful. Well, I think I would like to read this, like a final print. I mean, this is really informative and it's interesting, as an artist to see like all this white out on the page. But if you're reading it just for the story, I think, I don't know, I found some of this to be a little distracting. I think I'd like to read these again, without this going on. Yeah, he even takes is it a shiksa? I don't know. I'm from the Midwest, man. This this world is completely foreign to me. Not only is this removed by time, um, but still, I mean that's a part of the power of the story, though. I think you can. I can relate to Frem here. Anyway, Frem, he's very successful in the real estate world. He wants to pay these guys back. He wants a new contract. And some of the pages are different because they were apparently unable to acquire, scans of every page, every penciled page. So they ended up reworking some of the printed pages. But yeah, he's feeling good. He's making plans. He's going to marry again, or marry. I guess he's never been married. Have a daughter. Name the daughter Rachel after his mom. This is so sad. But yeah. But he says this time you will not violate our contract. But yeah, God wasn't having any of it. Frem doesn't make it. Doesn't make it to the altar. And at the exact moment of Hirsch's last earthly breath, a mighty bolt of lightning struck the city. Not a drop of rain fell, only an angry wind swirled about the tenements. And yeah, so basically, well, there's an epilogue, but it turns into this thing where it's like a circle, the process starts again. A young kid, a boy, finds the contract and he's going to go out and try to do what's right, hoping for earthly rewards, I guess, or at least not maybe the kind of suffering that I could imagine a parent would have or even an adopted parent would have for a child. But yeah, anyway, this is good stuff. Real grown-up comic stuff here. For I guess I've been reading a little bit of everything, but I was reading through. What was I reading? Oh, no, actually, that was really good. I was reading. Was it Trad Moore's Doctor Strange last night? That art is amazing. I was going to say every once in a while I feel a little guilty, but I did that to myself for a long time. I read what I thought were quality books and looked at quality art, which I don't know, that's good stuff too. But man, nothing wrong with reading a comic every once in a while. It doesn't take long. Yeah. So if you want to feel like a grown up, go out and get some Will Eisner's Contract with God. This is good stuff. I don't know. I mean, I like this. I'm not that nerdy about it. Maybe that I would need to keep a copy of something like this around, but it was fun to look through. Okay, well, hey, take care. I think hopefully I'll have like a 20 sub celebration video coming up. I'm waiting a little while to see if this 20th sub holds. I've noticed that I'll get subs here and there, and then they disappear. Um, so yeah, but I want to do something special because I want you all to know that even though there's 20 subs, this massive number, I care about each and every one of my subs. And by the way, if I will sub back too. If you're kind of wondering why I didn't sub back, if you're an artist, kind of promoting your stuff, and you know, you're looking for some people to hang out on your channel, be sure to let me know because I don't always see who has subbed, especially if the subby has their subscriptions hidden. It does. So anyway, yeah. God bless. Take care. And peace. Later.